All right. So, let's look at these graphs again and find the x and the y intercepts of each, okay? Remember, our y-axis is the axis that goes straight up and down. Our x-axis is the horizontal axis. And right in the middle is our origin, okay? That's not a word you've heard me say before, origin, but that's the point 0, 0. That's where everything starts. Now, our x-intercept is the place where our graph crosses the x-axis. That's going to be at 4. Come over 1, 2, 3, and 4. And our y-intercept is going to be where it crosses the y-axis. Positive 1, 2, 3, and 4. So in this case, our x-intercept is 4, and our y-intercept is also 4. I'd like everybody to tell me what the x and the y-intercepts are for number 12. You can just write x-intercept, y-intercept, and tell me what those are. All right. Joshua, what's my x-intercept? 2. 2. My x-intercept is going to be 2. What's my y-intercept, Caleb? 4. My y-intercept is 4. Now, as you're writing these, just make sure you do not answer it like this. Okay? That is an ordered pair. That is the point 2, 4. It is not your intercepts. Your x-intercept is 2. Your y-intercept is 4. All right. Give me the x and y-intercepts for the middle one. All right. Caleb Rodriguez, what's my x-intercept?
-3.
-3. What's my y-intercept?
-2.
-2. -3 and -2, where it crosses my x-axis and where it crosses my y-axis. All right, next thing. Go ahead and put your whiteboards away. Get out your graph boards. If you do not have a graph board, please grab one from another desk. And I would like for you to graph this middle one. 5x minus 4y equals 20. What was it that we were supposed to do? How are we supposed to remember? Tiffany.
I bet.
Patch eye.
Patch eye.
Remember, if your x and y are on the same side, then it's gotta be wiki patch eye, right? Remember that, all right? What a good way to start a Monday, all right? What a good way to start a Monday, right here. If your x and y are on the same side, then it's gotta be wiki patch eye.
Paralyzed. Yes, sometimes.
Now, one thing, as you're doing these, just a reminder, These graph boards don't erase very well, so don't put a whole lot of ink on them. They'll just get really dirty really fast. All right, so my x and y are on the same side, so it's got to be patch-eyed. So as we cover these up, all right, if you weren't here on Friday, you're going to pretend kind of like, you know how you're a pirate. When you're a pirate, you got an eye over your patch. So, or a patch over your eye. Thanks, Tiffany. All right, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to pretend that I've got a patch over my eye, and I'm going to cover one of these up. So, Henry, what is my x-intercept? What is 20 divided by 5? You don't know? Tiffany, what is 20 divided by 5?
4.
4. Okay, so my x-intercept is 4. All I have to do is come over 4 on the x-axis. Now with this one, Danielle, what is 20 divided by negative 4? Negative 5. My y-intercept is negative 5. I've got 2 points, and all I have to do is draw a line between them. Now, one thing I didn't really say on Friday, you saw me do it, but it's important that you put an arrow on the end, on each end of the line. That means that this line continues forever that way and forever this way. Everybody do this last one. Now, one of them is going to be a decimal on this. One of these will be a decimal. Remember, what we are actually doing is we are graphing that line using the x and y intercepts. Haley, I'm going to cover this one up. What's 10 divided by 2? 5. My x-intercept is 5. All right, I'm going to cover this one up. What is my y-intercept, Alyssa? Negative 2.5. 10 divided by negative 4 is negative 2.5. Make sure you draw an arrow at the end of on each end of your line. Okay. Now, let's do a harder one. Let's do this one right here.
What one?
The first one. Okay, Carlos, I'm going to challenge you to do this in one word. What is my y-intercept? 2 divided by negative 2 is... I'm sorry, 2 words. I'm going to challenge you to do it in 2 words. Negative 1. Yeah, Carlos. Negative 1. All right. This one's a little bit more tricky. Will, what is 2 divided by 1/2? Or... how else can we get rid of this 1/2 if we're solving it? Instead of dividing by 1/2, we can multiply by 2 over 1 or 2. So let's multiply this by 2. What's 2 times 2? 4. So my x-intercept, the place it crosses my x-axis, is going to be 4. Okay? Now, I want to give you one more piece of information. Now, it's not technically true in this situation. There are some little variances and little nuances that I'll tell you about later. But basically, when you see your x and y on the same side, that's going to be standard form. Okay, I'm going to tell you a couple different types of equations of lines, but this is an equation of a line in standard form. Okay, generally when you see the x and y on the same side, it's standard form. Like I said, there are a few other ins and outs of it that I'll show you later, but that's basically it. Try this one. Try that. 2 different ways that you can do that. But you have to do something before you can patch-eye it. Okay, 2 different ways that you can solve this. By far the most common way that I saw was to use the distributive property first. So that's going to be 3x plus 6y is equal to 6. Next, patch-eye this. If I do that, what is my y-intercept going to be? Ray, what's my y-intercept? What's 6 divided by 6? Yeah, you had it backwards. My y-intercept is going to be 1. And Brandon, what's my x-intercept going to be? 2. 6 divided by 3, my x-intercept is 2. Alright? Now another way that you could have solved it, since everything's multiplication over here, this times this, I could just divide both sides by 3, and this would be 2 over here. Alright? So 2 different ways that you can get there. Alright, I'm not going to make us do it, but this middle one right here, that looks an awful lot like some you had on your homework for algebra for class last Friday. What's the first thing I need to do there? Especially if you weren't here on Friday, make sure you're paying attention right now. Foley, what do I need to do?
I need to bring the make that into a -4 into the term.
Yeah, very good. I need to get rid of this. Subtract 4 from both sides. And this will be -6. And now I'm ready to solve it. Okay, now I'm ready to patch it. 6, I'm sorry, thank you. Nice catch. Now I'm ready to patch it. Okay? Alright, go ahead and erase your whiteboards and marker. Erase your whiteboards, put them away. I know, I am
It's a Monday.
I'm saying a lot of things backwards.
You're welcome.